Conservative new media viewers, J-Lin fans around the world, what's up? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We're here to discuss Brooklyn's 116-104 defeat tonight to the Toronto Raptors in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Raptors improved to 20-8 on the season. Nets fall to 7-20 on the year, including 1-13 away from Brooklyn. What happened in this game was the Raptors went on a 17-3 run in the second quarter. So they outscored them by 14 points in that margin. They took an 18-point lead into halftime, did the Raptors, and Brooklyn just wasn't able to make up the deficit. They were actually outscored by 1 point in the third quarter. So going into the fourth quarter, Toronto led by 19 points. J-Lin did not play in the fourth quarter, and it was kind of just basically the fourth quarter was just a garbage time, is what the phrase is called, when the game is already decided and a lot of the bench players are playing. That's basically what happened tonight. Look, I figured this might be a tough game, and it got even tougher because Brook Lopez was out, and shortly before the game started, it was announced that Isaiah Whitehead was also out. Isaiah hurt his foot, which continues Brooklyn's tough luck with injuries right now. I don't know what the latest is on that. I don't know how long Isaiah's going to be out or anything. I have not heard any post-game stuff yet. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully Isaiah won't be out for very long. I believe Isaiah was warming up before the game. Pretty sure I saw that. So maybe it just stiffened up on him while he was warming up. Quick statistics. Toronto was led by Kyle Lowry, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Jonas Valanciunas, 10 points, 14 rebounds. Norman Powell, 21 points off the bench. DeMar DeRozan, 15 points, and he actually was kind of off tonight. He only shot 6 of 20 from the field, but Toronto really didn't need his scoring tonight. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, 19 points off the bench for the Nets. Nice game by him. Spencer Dinwiddie also played pretty well, 14 points. Trevor Booker, 11 points. Now, Jeremy started this game. This was the first start for J-Lin since November 2nd in game number 5 against the Detroit Pistons. Also, let me say this before I get further into this game. This will be the final video that I do before the new year. So I will not be making videos for the next 5 games. But I intend to be back on January 2nd, 2017 when the Nets take on the Utah Jazz. So just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you guys have a great time with your families and just whatever you're going to be doing. And we certainly wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays here from Conservative New Media. So, Jeremy, this was the first start in 23 games that he made. He played 25 minutes tonight, and he looked good. That's definitely one of the saving graces of this game tonight, was Jeremy looked really good. His statistics were 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. As I mentioned, he played 25 minutes, shot 4 of 8 from the field, including 2 of 4 from three-point range. He was also 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers. His plus-minus was a minus 15. One of the 2 turnovers that Jeremy had was somewhat of a forced play. Like he was trying to make a push kind of almost by himself in the third quarter, and he was double teamed, and he passed the ball out of the double team, and it was intercepted. I mean, obviously it counts as a turnover. That's the type of turnover that if the game was closer, Jeremy wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have made that play. But he was a little bit frustrated. He was trying to make something happen, and he knew that he probably wasn't going to play in the fourth quarter, so he was trying really hard to make the game closer. So it's hard for him to be too mad about that. But he shot the ball well. He looked really good on his three-pointers. I thought he played really well in this game. He probably had about 9 or 10 unconverted assist opportunities, meaning he passed the ball to someone and they missed a shot. It's good to have him back as a starter. He played about 8 minutes per quarter. Since he didn't play in the fourth quarter, that meant 25 divided by 3 was about 8 minutes there per quarter. It does look like they're kicking his minutes up. Obviously, they started him. So that's one of the positive takeaways from this game, was Jeremy's back and he looks good. He's back as a starter. The issue for the Nets tonight was Toronto's the best offense in the league, and the Nets, they run and they gun, but they just didn't hit shots tonight. They were 10 of 35 from three-point range tonight, which is 29%. That's not enough. Overall, they shot 40%. That's not enough. You just have a combination of young players who kind of don't know, they're not ready to get to the next level yet, and some of the kind of retread players or players that are older, like Luis Scola, like Randy Foye, that they're past their best. And so that's kind of what it is. And when the Nets play somebody that's really good, like the Raptors, you're going to see it. Sometimes it's going to be, it's not going to look really pretty. The score of this game was 12 points, but it was bigger margin than that. Just kind of Toronto just kind of went easy on them in the fourth quarter. If you're the Nets, you just have to keep playing. You've got to play through it. Coach Atkinson, he's also a first-year coach. He's learning things. And it's just, unfortunately, it looks like it's just going to be one of those years. And everybody's got to make the best out of it, perform at the highest level they're capable of, and the Nets will evaluate players and they'll decide who they want to get rid of in trades this year and who's going to go after the season ends. And hopefully for Brooklyn, they just can get and stay healthy with only Isaiah Whitehead being hurt right now. When the Nets are hitting shots, they can compete with anybody, with anyone. But when they're not hitting shots, they can get beat by anybody. And tonight was a situation where they faced a super powerful offense, and they themselves in Brooklyn couldn't hit shots. And that's what it is. Another thing I really liked about the way Jeremy played tonight is Jeremy played within himself. Except for that one turnover that I mentioned earlier. Jeremy made really intelligent decisions in this game. He continues to work with his limitations. And what I mean by that is he knows for him to get a good shot, he needs a lot of space. As we said, he's not jumping up over everybody, so guys can block his shot relatively easier. So make sure if you're going to shoot, you've got a lot of distance between you and the defender so you can get the shot that you want. He did that. If he's driving to the lane, he knows not to go up and try to contest a real good shot blocker, somebody that's tall. So maybe you stop, do the stop pivot move, fade away, etc. So I think Jeremy he's getting better and better and better. And as he continues to play and work on his game, he'll get even more, he'll have more possibilities of moves and different things that he can do. Again, he'll improve on one-on-one isolation moves and so forth. Also, he'll get to know his teammates better, and eventually there will be better teammates, whether they're guys improve or guys are replaced by new talent and so on and so forth. But I love the way Jeremy played tonight. I thought he played terrific. He did what he could. It's just a lower talented team against a higher talented team, and the lower talented team didn't make shots. And it's just, this is what you're going to get. And I do like that the Nets didn't give up. They kept playing, they kept fighting, they did what they could. I know some people were disappointed with Coach Atkinson that he didn't put Jeremy back in, but you know what? I understand it. Jeremy played 25 minutes tonight, which is the most that he's played since he's come back from the injury. You're in a game in the fourth quarter. It's about a 15 to 20 point game, and it's just not worth it because you're probably not going to win. The last thing you want is for Jeremy to get hurt again or to try to overexert himself trying to make a super comeback. And I understand it. For the long haul, it's most important that your guys are healthy, particularly your top guys like Jeremy. So, no Brook, no Isaiah Whitehead. Jeremy played well. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson had a nice outing as well. He kind of found his spots more in the second half, even though the game was somewhat out of reach. Spencer Dinwiddie played well. Spencer tonight looked like somebody who can play and looks like somebody who might stick. The first couple games that he played, he didn't look like that. It was like, whoa, man, this guy really doesn't. I don't know if he's going to be able to hang around in the league. But tonight he looked better. And again, if he can come around, remember, he only joined the team like a week or week and a half ago. If he can come around, that helps a lot. Because he is a point guard, but he's about 6'6", meaning he could probably play a wing position as well. That would give the team more depth. Karis LeVert played 19 minutes tonight, which he didn't play that great, but I think that's the most minutes he's played in quite a while. So hopefully he's healthy because he's very talented, even though he is young. I like the way that Anthony Bennett played in this game. Anthony Bennett, 8 points, 10 rebounds. Anthony, of course, if you don't know about him, was a former number 1 pick. He's been declared a bust in several places that he's played before. He never lived up to the billing, but he still has some ability. But it's just, again, it's not all together yet for Brooklyn, and that's really going to look bad against a team with the kind of talent and continuity that Toronto has. I mean, Toronto was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and they're a really good team. They're one of the 5 best teams in the league right now, and this is kind of how it worked out. But like I say to people, don't get discouraged. Yes, there will be some games like this. A couple of those games might be coming up against Cleveland and against Golden State, although I will say Cleveland's hurting a little bit right now. Kevin Love didn't play tonight. J.R. Smith got hurt, so it's a chance that Cleveland might be a little diminished. That could certainly help Brooklyn. If the team is healthy, and they can remain healthy, and guys like Spencer Dinwiddie kind of come around, and Karis LeVert comes around a little bit more, and they play him a few more minutes, things can get considerably better. Also, the style that the team is playing, run and gun, shoot threes. Not everybody on the team can shoot threes. So it's just what it is. Luis Scola isn't the best three-point shooter in the world. Brook Lopez turned into a pretty good three-point shooter, but nobody knew that before the season began. So some of this is you're kind of trying to put the square peg in a round hole. So there's some of that as well. And, of course, as we go on into year 2 and even into the trading situation, you will work to find players that do fit into this. But at the beginning of the season, it was, okay, we're going to play this way. This is the style we play. And you guys play it even if you're not very good at it. And so that's kind of some of what we're dealing with here also. That's about all I have to say. I will talk about the next game, even though I'm not going to be here, so you guys just kind of know what's going on. Excuse me, I have the hiccups a little bit right now. Next game will take place 2 days from now, Thursday, December 22nd. It is against the league-leading Golden State Warriors. It will be held at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Brooklyn, New York. And it should be carried by the Yes Network and on League Pass as long as you don't live in the Bay Area or in Brooklyn and New York City. It's going to be a tough game. I would say that the Warriors are going to be favored by probably like 15 points. Like the Raptors tonight were favored by 15 points over Brooklyn. It'll be something like that. I don't know, 12 and a half points. Look, we want to see Jeremy get out there and be able to play. Hopefully the game's competitive and Jeremy can play in the fourth quarter. Hopefully he can play 30-plus minutes, look good, not get hurt. Maybe a couple of these other guys can step up. The Warriors play at a fast pace, which is what the Nets like. The Nets, of course, they need to hit shots, and they need to get some defensive stops to be able to make that game somewhat competitive. The Warriors have not looked incredible lately. Like the last 5 or 6 games, they haven't been blowing teams out. So hopefully that's what we get. Hopefully we get the not top level Warriors. That would definitely be a beneficial development for the Nets. But it could be a tough loss. Don't worry about it. Remember, this is year 1. We're just getting started here. Look for progress, look for development, and that's the main thing, and hopefully the guys can stay healthy. So that is about it for tonight. Once again, have great holidays. Hope you guys all enjoy it. Eat good food, spend time with your family, do what you do, and we will see you in about, I don't know, I guess it's about 2 weeks from now or something like that, because I'm going to try to do those things, have fun with my family, and eat good food and so on and so forth. But I'm definitely going to be keeping track of the team while I'm gone. I mean, I'll be following the scores and watching whatever games I can watch and so on. I just hope the team can stay healthy. I hope Jeremy stays healthy, and I hope the team gets and stays healthy. They will improve. They will improve as long as they can stay healthy and be able to practice and get guys more used to each other and more used to the system and those type of things. So hope you're having a great night or great day wherever you are around the world when you watch this video. Take care, and we will talk to you again. We're planning on January 2nd, 2017. That's when I intend to be back making videos. So enjoy the next 5 games. Go Nets. I hope we get some awesome surprise victories. That would be fantastic. And we will speak to you then in about 14 days.